5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Tired of paying too much at the pump? We'll show you how blowing up every gas station in town may save you, and everyone else you live near, thousands of dollars each year. Then we'll tell you why Big Daddy Government says that makes you guilty of so-called domestic terrorism. Don't miss Money Squawk with Chick Picker during our 11 o'clock broadcast, because he'll break all this down for you, and more.
Live from somewhere you're not and never ever will be, unless you're on the kinds of drugs that make that possible, but then we'd ask you to at least share with the rest of us. It's KPBC News with your lead anchor, Anchor Cat. Greetings, I'm Anchor Cat, and these stories are the last ones we'll ever report. If you die tonight, fingers crossed. First up, a man in California made headlines this week when he filed a lawsuit against his own penis. For more on the story, here's reporter Mick Mackey.
Anchor Cat, here in Los Chorizos, California, 35-year-old Chuck Charles just filed a lawsuit against his own penis. In the lawsuit, Mr. Charles alleges that since he gave it control over all his decisions, his penis has made a series of irrational and regrettable choices. I spoke to Mr. Charles about his lawsuit this morning.
I've just gotten to where I don't trust my dick anymore, Mick, because he just doesn't seem capable of making good decisions.
So you're regretting past sexual liaisons then?
Not really, no.
Then why are you suing your penis, sir?
Because he made horrible decisions, financially speaking. He drained my entire 401k to buy these stupid NFT trading cards of some big fat orange former reality TV game show host who wants to finger bang his daughter? And he gave half my paycheck once to Steve Bannon's Build the Wall fund. And he won't stop buying Beanie Babies no matter how many times I pull him aside and say, hey, Dick, these things that you're buying, they haven't been worth anything in like a decade and a half, bro.
Chuck told me he's confident he'll prevail in court, but if he doesn't, he's hopeful he and his penis will be able to come to some kind of agreement. From Los Chorizos, this is Mick Mackey. Back to you in the studio.
Fascinating story, Mick. Up next, perhaps unsurprisingly, many of Trump's defenders have come out strongly condemning his arrest, calling it a politically motivated witch hunt despite so much of the evidence coming from Republicans who worked for Donald Trump. Let's go out to D.C. now, where reporter Skip Tumalou says one of Trump's loudest supporters just held a press conference. Skip?
That's right, AC. Moments ago, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene came out and yelled at the press for about 20 solid minutes. During her long-winded tirade, Congresswoman Greene said that Atlanta District Attorney Fani Willis did Trump a favor because as soon as enough Americans see Trump's mugshot, they'll vote for him. I tried to ask her why she thought people didn't vote for Trump because they thought he was a criminal and unfit for office last time, would all of a sudden vote for him after he was arrested and booked, but she just ignored me and then said she's going to send copies of his mugshot with Hunter Biden's dick pics stapled to the back of them, which she said will assure Trump victory in 2024. From Washington, D.C., I'm Skip Tumalou. Back to you, Anchor Cat.
Staying on the criminally charged, daughter-lusting ex-president's legal troubles beat, Donald Trump, through his lawyers, sent letters to Jack Smith and Fani Willis asking if it was at all possible for the Oval Office Resolute desk to be moved into any jail cell he might be required to serve both his prison term and his presidential term in. So far, neither Smith nor Willis have responded to Trump's inquiry. Up next, a man in Virginia has started a GoFundMe campaign to raise enough money so that he and the people who give to it can purchase a Supreme Court justice. In recent weeks, Scott Minute told us he had read enough stories about conservative billionaires spending lavishly on Supreme Court justices that he decided someone should, quote, level the playing field.
Anchor Cat, it's really simple. To me, anyway. If one man gets to own a Supreme Court justice, then every American deserves that same right. The only problem is we're going to need a lot more money than what one average single working class American can afford. So I want to pool our resources and crowdfund it. The only other option that we have is to wait for the Democrats in power to actually wield it and expand the Supreme Court so it reflects the will of the electorate, but that's like waiting for the unicorn army to show up and save us. So yeah, I started a GoFundMe instead.
And now, great moments in passive-aggressive history.
You keep saying they're great. I keep seeing these moments, and granted, I'm no expert, clearly, because you did not ask me for my opinion. I see these moments, I don't know that I think great so much as I think fair. But you do you, I'm not here to stop you or even question your obviously superior judgment or anything.
Wednesdays at 8 on QPC, it's everyone's favorite Emmy Award-winning sitcom. Oops, I guess I fucked your sister? Wait, a hot damn minute here, everyone. Everyone here, shut up! Shut up, goddammit! I gotta talk to my best friend Sal here. So would you please just settle your bar banter to a dull roar? Thank you. Sal, you mean to tell me that your last name is Sniderhaus-Graftenpeen too? I'm sorry, man, but when Sonia told me her last name, I knew it sounded familiar. I figured it must have been a real common last name, you know? But yeah, oops. I guess I fucked your sister?
This week on Vagina Bay.
Well, looky who we got here, boys. Mr. Chingasu Madre Ray, huh? Let me tell you something, Ray. Put down that goddamn parfum. Point your eyes my way. Got a few things I gotta say to you, Ray. Ever since you came to our town, the boys and me, we noticed one thing. There's a lot of static now between you and the other fellas who like to run guacamole carts. And you might have this silly notion in your head, Ray, but I'm here to say no. Right here today, Ray. You do not have exclusive territorial rights to sell guacamole here or anywhere else. And there is one more thing, Ray. You will come to rue the day that you came to my town to make hay in Vagina Bay. Ray. Come on, boys.
Vagina Bay. Tuesdays at 11:35 a.m. Only on Real TV. Next time on Heard It Through the Bovine.
One for the procedure. This is just a model to show you exactly the action it does. And what's great about that is that the larger it is, the more looser you're gonna feel afterwards. You know what I mean?
Coming up on Dude Fucking.
Dude.
Dude Fucking. Thursdays at 5:46 p.m. Only on Real TV.
I'm telling you guys, I just have a different point of view on it. I like my whites on the sweeter side, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
I get it, Tony. I just like them a little more oaky myself.
You know what's wild? I like my Chardonnays like I like my farts.
What?
What?
Dry and crisp.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
See?
Thanks for staying with us. In the interest of fairness to all sides of every issue, KPBC strives to present different points of view. And that's why every week we check in with right-wing podcaster, singer-songwriter, Jethro Bohiggins for his Rant and Right editorial segment. Take it away, Jethro.
Well, thank you very much, Anchor Cat. It's a pleasure to speak to everyone in the viewing audience once more this week, though. Well, not really, fam. I gotta admit something to you right now. I'm scared. Scared for the Republic, and scared for every good, clean, ammo-hoarding, red meat-eating, melanin-free, chicken non-seasoning patriot out there. Because we apparently do not live in America anymore. We live in communist Russia, At least ever since they decided they should arrest Donald Trump out in Atlanta just because he did a failed coup. Well, excuse me, but since when have we ever been punishing rich white racist bullies in this country when they fail? Because by my math, that would have meant that Trump would have been in bars decades before he ever became president. Checkmate limbs. You can't argue against that. You know I'm right. And besides, here's the real thing we MAGA lovers know. Once they come for Trump, they come for all of us. You just wait and see. First it's Trump, and then it'll be any other patriot who decides that it's their turn to overthrow our democracy. And I'm sorry, but that's just not the United States I grew up believing was a white, Christo-fascist nationalist autocracy, fam. Till next week, I guess.
Let's get a sneak peek at tonight's episode of Cock Talk with our own Brock McGock.
Hey, I know this is a touchy subject or whatever, but I gotta say, I find the idea of a woman carrying a pregnancy 39 or 40 weeks and then waking up one day and deciding to abort it for no reason other than she feels like it doesn't sound very probable. It sounds more like what delusional religious extremists would think happens instead of medical emergencies, because they believe that there are never any reasons to terminate a pregnancy and anyone who does is a murderer or whatever. But hey, it's a free country. You're allowed to believe the dumbest crap imaginable if you want. I just don't gotta believe it too. Capiche?
Cock Talk with Brock McGock airs every alternating Wednesday and Tuesday at 11:35 here on KPBC and on every other Thursday on the Opine Network. In our next story, the government of Mexico has offered to pay for something related to Donald Trump, but not his border wall. According to a letter sent from the Mexican government to Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, they are willing to pay for all of the expenses related to prosecuting Trump for his attempt to steal Georgia's electoral college votes in 2020 after he had lost them. So far, Kemp has not responded to Mexico's offer. In a related story, Congress pony Marjorie Taylor Greene told listeners to her Crazy Cunty Karen's podcast that she has reached out to Trump and Mike Lindell's crack dealer in an attempt to see if the latter would represent Trump in court. Though Greene admitted that Lindell's crack dealer isn't bar certified, neither will be most of Trump's co-conspirator lawyers when the trial's over. So to her, it all fits like a tiny hand in a little baby glove. Some of you at home might recall that our intrepid reporter Darren Barron earlier this year broke a story that seemed to implicate a famous corporate mascot in a decades-long scheme to import cocaine into the country using Cheetos. We're pleased to announce that reporting has earned Darren the prestigious Bill W. Williams Prize for Local Journalism, which has been awarded to the best reporters who bring you your local news here locally since 2021. Winners of the BWW receive a wonderful plaque at an honorarium dinner hosted by the Williams Foundation for Better Local News at the A-Hole Burger franchise location on 4th and Fig. In addition to the plaque, winners also get a year's supply of floss sticks, a $100 gift certificate for Billy's No Boat Tours, and a genuine Swatch watch replica. Congratulations, Dayron. You truly deserve this award. And I hope you remember who convinced the station's ownership to rehire you after you accidentally set Chemtech's corporate office on fire in protest of our truly shitty salaries here at the station when you go on that No Boat Tour later this winter. Since 1980, the Make-A-Wish Foundation has been helping terminally ill children and their families cope with the devastation and trauma that can come with facing their mortality at such a young age. And they've done a relatively admirable job doing it. But this is America, and we believe in the free markets and capitalism here. And quite frankly, some of us think Make-A-Wish has gotten a little stale with the wishes they grant. And in fact, they've told some kids they simply can't grant their wishes. And that's where we come in. We're Dream Wishes. Unlike Make-A-Wish, we don't put any bullshit limits on the kinds of things we'll do for your dying kid. Anything your kid wants, they'll get. That's the deal with us. No strings attached. No questions asked. Previously on Big Pecker, Little Pecker.
I'm sorry, Billy. The cancer is terminal, and you have just a few more weeks to live.
Aw, damn, Doc. Oh my God.
On the bright side, though, I have contacted an organization, and it gives wishes to kids who are transitioning.
You're going to transition my son?
Oh no, Mr. Billy's dad. This is nothing like that. Although this organization could perhaps grant your mortal son that wish, if that is his wish. No, this is just an organization that helps kids transition to what comes after this current life we live, for a fact.
Hi, I'm Jack from Dream Wishes. Dream Witch? Like a sandwich made of dreams?
No, not a sandwich made of dreams, but that is clever. Dying kids are so damn clever.
Can we not use the D word, please?
Oh, right, of course. Anyway, we're Dream Wishes.
So, like dream witches? Witches that control our dreams?
No, Dream Wishes. You know, dreams and wishes, we grant them. No questions asked.
But why wouldn't we just go with Make-A-Wish?
Because if there's anything you want, Billy, that Make-A-Wish doesn't think they can do because of so-called legality issues, Dream Wishes can do. No questions asked.
No questions asked?
None.
Anything goes?
Anything.
I want term limits on Supreme Court justices, a law passed by Congress and signed by the president that guarantees every American reproductive rights and universal health care so that other families like mine won't have to go through losing their child and losing their life savings if it happens to them.
Oh, Billy, man, Dream Wishes puts no limits on the wishes we grant, but we can't grant wishes that require elected Democrats actually doing something or wielding their power. We can't bend the laws of quantum physics, unfortunately.
Aw, man, that sucks. Oh well, I guess I'll just wish for all of my enemies to be smited and wiped off the face of the earth.
Now we're talking, Billy. Let me see what I can do, and I'll get back to you and your pops.
Mom and Dad, are you tired of everything being so expensive these days? Of course you are. Between your mortgage, your car payment, feeding your kids, and keeping your addiction to cocaine at bay, do you really have any money left over to get your kids toys? Well, if there was a toy store out there that sold toys at rock bottom you can hardly believe it prices, you could. And if that store was able to keep selling toys at rock bottom you can hardly believe it prices because they only stock their shelves with toys made by companies that go out of business because they either made toys nobody wants or were too dangerous and had to be recalled, you'd really be in luck, wouldn't you? That's why you need to come on down to BK Toy Store at your local shopping mall. We have all the unwanted toys from generations past that your kids don't really care about, but that you vaguely remember. And don't forget, every Tuesday is recalled Death Trap Tuesday. This week, we've got Susie's first shiv, a play-pretend prison knife that was responsible for 15 parent stabbings in 1971. Yours for $49.99 plus tax. So what are you waiting for? Bring your kids to BK Toys today.
Oh, hey there, buddy guy. Let me ask you a question. Am I at the right beach? Because I do not want to run into the following groups of people. Immigrants, trans people, pretty much anybody on the LGBT spectrum, people who believe in climate change, people who don't think rape babies are just a gift from God. Oh, just people in general who tell me it's weird that I go and say, hey, can I see your daughter's vagina before she plays softball or volleyball or lacrosse or any other girl sport I literally do not care about unless there is a chance I will get to see their daughter's vagina. People who look like you, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah. You're in the right place, all right.
Oh, great, thank you. I really appreciate that. Would you be willing to put suntan lotion on my taint later?
Welcome to Fuckhead Beach. Tuesdays at 9:30, only on QPC.
Most everyone in your life, yes, your life, thinks you're a raging narcissistic lunatic fuckbag. But two people are so afraid of you, they won't admit it. Find out who those people are and who you might be able to still manipulate at 11. Dad.
I'm just saying you better be careful. His dad could maybe sue him for slander or something. Oh, I agree, Billy. Don't get me wrong, I agree. Mine's a narcissistic, rage-filled fuckbag too, but yeah, we still have to be careful about we're what now?
Oh, welcome back. Let's take you out to the coast where Johnny Buttdust has the surf report for us. Johnny, what are the waves doing right now?
Making big walls of water that people are surfing on, Anchor Cat.
Thanks for that report, Johnny.
A young boy with terminal brain cancer was arrested and charged by the state of Texas for hiring representatives from Dream Wishes to smite his enemies. 12-year-old Timmy McTreemulch was diagnosed with non-operable brain tumors 6 months ago and given just over a year to live. He was approached by Make-A-Wish's competitor, and they offered to grant him any wish he wanted. Mr. Treemulch reportedly asked that Dream Wishes smite his enemies, which included his 7th grade social studies teacher, Mrs. Ford, who he said would single him out and even had demerits pre-written with his name on it, and all she had to do was choose their point value and sign them. While Ford was not injured in any attempt on her life, the state of Texas recently began punishing attempted murderers the same as they punish murderers that are successful, and Timmy has already been executed by the state a full 4 months before his cancer likely would have taken his life. Governor Greg Abbott said Timmy's execution perfectly comports with his state's very pro-life values, even though when asked to explain that apparent cognitive dissonance, Abbott simply stuck his hands in his pants and pulled out a piece of shit from his diaper and threw it at the reporters in the room. Well, folks, it's my sad duty to inform you that after 20 long and dedicated years, our cameraman Jerry Jewelcase is retiring. As a thank you gift, we're letting Jerry take one of the cameras home. What the? Well, apparently Jerry thought he could take all of the cameras with him, so hopefully by the time next season rolls around, we'll have tracked him down and gotten the rest of our cameras back. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And I guess that since you can't see me, that this is going to wrap it up for our broadcast. From all of us here at KPBC News, thanks for watching, and please remember, if you're going to buy me a drink at a bar when you see me out and about in town, I only drink top shelf liquor. I will throw any swill from the well you order back into your face. See you next season, everyone.